Welcome to JD's Prep. All right, so for the next few questions, we have a few things that we've been given. We have this blurb about Cope's rule, and we also have this Brachiopod data table. So for our first question, we're being asked to, on the grid, plot the average Brachiopod body volume for each of the geological ages in the data table, connecting all 5 plots with a line. So essentially, we're just taking this data and we are transferring it into this graph. So first things first, you're going to take the numbers and plot them using a dot. I'll do that now. So those are the data points right there, and then they've asked us to connect all 5 plots with a line, which I'll do now. Looking something like this. Next, we're being asked to identify by name 2 geologic periods when the brachiopods represented in the data table were living. So draw your attention to here. This is the geologic age we're talking about. And I pulled out this from your reference tables, and we're going to find those dates on here. So we have from 380 million years ago to 480 million years ago, which is represented kind of in here to around here. So there are 3 periods that are identified. You can choose any 2 of those 3, and that'll be correct. Next, we're asked to state the names of 2 brachiopod index fossils found in New York State bedrock. Once again, we're going to use the geologic history of New York State. We've already identified. This is the time period we're talking about. If you go over here, this is the fossil record over here. These are brachiopods, and we have 2 fossils represented by those letters in that area that I've highlighted, Y and Z. So these are the 2 names that they're looking for, and I won't try and pronounce those for you. And lastly, we're asked a question to do with horse evolution. So the earliest horses were about the size of a large dog of today. How does the evolution of horses support Cope's rule? So I'm going to go through in more detail Cope's rule, which states that the average size of animals preserved in the fossil record tends to increase as each group evolves from a previous group. So, again, the average size of animals tends to increase as that group evolves from a previous group. So that was something that we saw in the brachiopod data that we were given, and certainly if we're being told the earliest horses were about the size of a large dog of today, well, horses today are larger than dogs, like significantly larger than dogs. So obviously we can see how over time horses have grown as they evolved, and that therefore supports Cope's rule. And that's our answer there. All right, thank you for using JD's Prep.